Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Samantha Benjamin Allen, board certified in physical medicine and rehab, here to talk to you today about Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is a neurodegenerative disease that involves the substantia nigra, which is a structure in the brainstem located in the midbrain, where I have my index finger, and its name describes the dark pigment that it's known for, which is caused by melanin. And the substantia nigra contains dopamine, which plays an important role in controlling our body's movements and also chemical signaling pathways that are responsible for decision making, processing, as well as executive functioning and memory and learning and mood. So Parkinson's disease can affect an individual in many ways, and some common symptoms include bradykinesia, which is slow movement, tremors, rigidity or stiffness in the muscles, and shuffling gait. Now, other symptoms that are common in Parkinson's disease include autonomic dysfunction. So patients can have orthostatic hypotension, which is basically drastic drop in blood pressure with change in position. This can lead to syncope or dizziness and loss of balance. And I'll talk a little bit about some strategies to help combat orthostatic hypotension. Other issues can occur with bladder and bowel dysfunction, as well as speech deficits, slow speech, or just a deficit in the fluency of speech. So sometimes people with Parkinson's can become very perseverative in what they're talking about and can become very fixed on something and find it difficult to move on to the next thing when one thing has already been addressed. Kind of just stay on it. So just some tips in terms of what can be done about it. Parkinson's disease is best treated with an interdisciplinary approach. So having a neurologist on board is very important, especially when it comes to medications to help treat Parkinson's and deal with the imbalances in the dopamine that is affected by the disease. And it's very important that the timing of these medications are specific and consistent every day, because you will find that patients with Parkinson's tend to have an increase in the intensity of their symptoms based on the time of day. And every person is not the same. So it's very important to work closely with the neurologist to help tweak your medication regimen so it's just right for you and it's working effectively when you need it. So if you're very slow in the morning and it's very hard to get moving and you're prone to falls or just can't seem to get a start to your day, you want your dosing to be specific to treat you during that time of the day so that you can have an optimization on how you function. And a rehabilitation team is very important. So you want a physical medicine and rehab doctor on your team to help you optimize your function, maintain your mobility, combat the symptoms of Parkinson's so that slowed and rigid movement can be addressed and you can move more fluidly. And if you have deficits in other specific areas like speech deficits, you want to have a speech therapist, occupational therapist. If you are having difficulty when it comes to preparing meals or getting dressed, you want to train in those areas. And a physical therapist who is following an exercise program prescribed by your physical medicine and rehab doctor that addresses your particular mobility issues. Now, when it comes to orthostasis, if you're a person who's dealing with orthostatic hypotension, some things that you can do that are non-pharmaceutical are doing isometric exercises before you get up. So for instance, if you're lying in bed and you want to get up, before getting up, you want to do some ankle pumps and contract those calf muscles and get the blood circulating, so you're getting blood flowing up to your brain more efficiently. So when you stand, your blood pressure can sustain your change in posture. You also can use compression socks or compression stockings. We usually recommend 25 millimeters of mercury in terms of the force of the compression or the pressure, or Jobst compression socks, which tend to already be made with the right pressure enforced. Those help to also maintain your blood pressure, so when you change position, you're not as prone to the dizziness or falling. There are medications that also help with orthostasis, which you should have prescribed by your neurologist or a physical medicine rehab doctor. And it's very important that they work closely together so that they are working as a team and helping you to achieve your best life living with Parkinson's. And for caregivers, it's very important that you know that depression is a very common symptom in people with Parkinson's. So you want to work to maintain their independence as much as possible. And it's important to have community support. There are support groups available that you should certainly utilize if you're a person dealing with Parkinson's. I'm going to leave some resources in the comments so you can look at that and utilize the programs that are in the DMV area, and even resources that are available in different states online that you can use to help you through living with Parkinson's disease. And also, it's very important that you maintain your mobility if you fall ill. A lot of times people with Parkinson's, if they get a bad illness, as any of us can get ill, they are prone to deconditioning in a much more severe manner. So you want to maintain mobility and move and stay as active as possible when you're going through illness. For instance, if you come down with COVID, or if you catch pneumonia, or you get the flu, or whatever the case might be, or you get surgery, you want to make sure your rehabilitation is aggressive, because you want to bounce back from that and get back to where you were, if not better, rather than come out of that in a lower state of function. Now, that's all I'm going to say now, so this video won't be too long, but there will be some more information in the comments. I hope this was helpful, and I wish you the best on your journey with Parkinson's. You can certainly still live a fulfilling and active life with Parkinson's. You just have to go about it with a team approach and make sure you're getting community support. Do not be isolated. Social isolation is not beneficial, so you don't have to try to hide that you have Parkinson's. The more people know, you'll be surprised that they'll be understanding and might even provide help where you need it. And the last thing I will say is, when you have Parkinson's, you also want to do treatments that are targeted for Parkinson's, because there are certain exercises and movements that are very helpful for Parkinson's. For instance, like big and loud therapy programs that you can look into. And that is all I'll say for now. If you are a person dealing with Parkinson's or suffering with severe debility and desire to achieve increased independence, function, and quality of life, I invite you to join me by booking an appointment at freedomwellnessphysiatry.com, where you can work with a physician who is on a mission to help you live a life that is thriving and helping you see the possibilities that lie ahead, no matter the circumstances. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.